Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today I want to give my thoughts and my review of Season 8, at least early on, first impressions kind of a thing, because a lot of you guys came into my live stream and were asking me, what are your thoughts on the season? And this video is for you. So in this video, we'll also be talking about some of the leaks that came out from the leaked files via HypeX, as well as other things that are kind of planned for the future of Season 8, because initially, right off the start, I was super excited because at first I was like, okay, there's new sideways weapons, I'm super excited about this. But the one thing I'm actually the most excited about is that there's no UFOs. And if you guys are excited that UFOs are completely gone, drop a like on this video, because I felt like that was one reason why I stopped playing, honestly, in pubs, is because I just really didn't like playing against a squad of UFOs. It's not fun. Like, it's so hard to punish the players in the UFOs. You have to knock them down multiple times, and then sometimes they would just land on top of you and just took damage. It was so frustrating to deal with. So I'm glad that that's gone. Getting shot through walls sometimes was kind of annoying via the railgun, but the railgun, like, I used it too and it was fun to use, so like, it's okay. But for me, I felt like the UFOs were good because it was super hard for people to trade with you. But at the same time, I didn't have fun using it. But if I wanted to win, I would get into UFO. Because it was just like, it was so free, like to get extra damage and like just make someone waste all their mats before you even fight them. But that's one of the things I'm actually the most excited about. But we landed in a new area. We have these new sideways weapons, and in these little like orange purple areas where the zombies spawn in, you can't actually build. So it kind of changes up the gameplay a little bit, but some people are kind of scared to go in these areas. But on a consistent fight basis, what is actually going to be new with this season? Because most people don't even pick up the new sideways weapons. They're kind of like the alien weapons. I'm going to put up a picture over here so you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. There is the sideways rifle, minigun, and as well as there is technically another newer thing, the shadow flopper. Now, these are all items that may not come into the game this season. These are just like leaked files. This was actually posted before the season came out. But the shadow flopper is the thing that transforms you into a ghost, which is, you can consume a cube. It's something we've already had before. So I don't really feel like it's like considered new content in my, at least in my personal opinion. I feel like that's kind of older content. But there's also the Venom and the Carnage symbiote coming out. I don't know when we will be getting that, but that's kind of a rehashed variant already on something that we've already had in the game, which was during like the Marvel superhero like season. We got a lot of cool superpowers, but a lot of these things are kind of the same things that we've had before. Like, for example, like the Iron Man beam, that was cool. That's almost kind of like the railgun, right? But the railgun's a nerf version of it. Is this going to be like a nerf version of one of those? I don't know. But basically what it comes down to is that I really feel like there wasn't anything new that came out this season that we're going to be able to consistently see in an average fight in a game, right? No one really is picking up the sideways items, even though you can kind of craft them. Even I see those gold weapons get left all the time. Like, people will craft it once or twice, and then they're gonna be like, all right, I'm kind of over these new like items, because they're just simply not great. Overall, I would say the minigun is kind of usable, but for the most part, I don't see very many people consistently using the sideways rifles, and that is because they're kind of inconsistent, I would say, and people usually want an AR to spray at a wall, and it's kind of an interesting weapon that it builds up heat, but at the same time, I don't think it's new enough, I would say, to make people super excited about going into this season. Like before we had the Primal shotgun, right? People complained about it because it was so strong, but some people really liked it, and it was actually like a good weapon, and a lot of times that would change up the way that you would play, because if someone rushed into your box, you know, that would be something to consider. Now, there are also exotic weapons that did make a return. Like, this is one of my favorite, the Dragon's Breath Sniper, but it's something that we've already seen before. I want new content, right? Like, you know, they did show off the Venom symbiote, and I hope that that comes out and it's like super new and really awesome to play around with, but I don't know if it's just going to be like the same thing, if you guys get what I'm saying. But there are some newer changes to the season that I do like, and you'll see one of my teammates gets knocked over here, and the time to get the reboot card has been increased. So I would say that's great. Like, that's a good change. And also, there's more reboot vans. I'm sure some of you guys also noticed that as well. And I would say these changes are nice. And on top of that, there's another change with the whole like revive system, is that with the reboot cards, you don't actually have to like go over to it and hit the button to pick it up. It just automatically picks it up, which I like, right? You don't have to sit there and be kind of vulnerable, even though, like, you know, you can build around yourself. It's just a nice quality of life change, but I wouldn't say that this warranted, like, we're going to add this in the new season. Like, when I think of new season, I want new POIs. Look at the map. Where's the new POIs, right? But there is something that's kind of nice, and a lot of this stuff leads to, like, the future of Fortnite this season, which I'll get into. because I think that that's what people really want to see. They want to see the newer stuff in a new season, right? Like, that's the whole point of playing a new season, is to be able to experience the new content. But in this season, I feel like we're kind of just waiting for newer stuff to come out, and I'll kind of basically talk about that now. So first off, some of you guys probably noticed there's a bunch of cubes on the map. Where are they going to go? It looks like they're actually rotating right now. This was updated recently, and they're all, looks like they're kind of going towards the center over here in the map. So that will be something that, like, we'll probably have an event and maybe a new item or something will come out. But I really felt like we needed something else new. I know they gave us the alien crafting. You can see I have 13 over there, but that's just for the sideways weapons, which again, no one really uses. So if they decided to maybe buff the sideways weapons a lot, and I mean a lot, to make it so people want to use the sideways weapons, I think that that would be a really good change for the game, because there has to be like a new shift up in meta. Even though, yeah, we got some new shotguns, and I'm pretty happy with the shotgun this meta, because it's levers, and I actually really like the lever. Just the way that it interacts and pulls out really fast is one reason why I really like it. And it's a very consistent weapon to hit for like 100 plus, whereas with the pumps, sometimes, yeah, you know, you get the reason why is the pumps hitbox is going to be smaller and it's more accurate. But I would say I like the pump, but I'm not a really fan of the way that the charge plays, but it does technically add a new level of depth. But that's another item that we've already had. I want, again, the new content. I know if I'm like repeating myself, but it's a new season. I want new guns to mess around with that are actually good, not just joke weapons, right? Like, I really feel like the sideways weapons, they're mediocre, and like the minigun, it's pretty much the same. If this, it would have been more interesting if they made it so the minigun, instead of it like starting slow, then it fires faster and faster, it just starts firing really, really fast, then it goes slower, so then you like swap weapons, or just something else that's new to this season to make us excited about playing this season. Now, there was also another leak that I want to talk about, which is the armored wall trap. So this item, this looks interesting. This would have been cool, right? So what it does is it's got 2,500 health, and it has an equip time, and you can place it on enemy builds. I don't know if you can edit it or what, but you can apply on any build type, and it doesn't even take up inventory slots. So this would be something that actually adds a new layer of depth to, again, an average fight, right? I want things to be new in this season that we have in every single fight, whether that's a new like build material or just a new like utility item. Like we had like that cow, that was kind of a weird item, but it was cool, right? It was something new, and it was actually usable, right? And you would have it, you know, consistently in a couple of your games. And I think that that's what I really wanted to see with this season. There's also another thing this season though, where they have these, because there's no new POIs, but there are these new things on the map. I'm just going to pull up the map real quick. There's like these orange areas where you basically have these little like ways to traverse the map. It's almost like on Neo Tilted Towers, you can glide through, and like the whole like shadow cubes that you consume, that's old content. Again, I don't want recycled stuff. I want new exotics too. Where are the new like Mythics, exotics? Technically, there is a boss fight that you can do. It's disabled right now, but I have gameplay of it if you guys check out my most recent video on Fortnite Season 8, where we crafted the Mythic and we defeated the boss. But it's just getting more cubes to craft. So it really wasn't what I would consider like a new epic boss that like dropped something cool. So there was very little incentives for people, I would say, to do it. Other than as a content creator, you know, if there's something new, you do it once, upload the vid, whatever. You don't do it again because it's just not really that great, right? In fact, I've been having so much fun with this dragon sniper because I love this thing. Like this guy ends up hiding inside the house. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go set the thing on fire. Then he's like, oh, okay, hold on, I'm not gonna stand inside the house. So there are like things that are kind of cool that came back. There's also the Shadow Tracker pistol. This is also in this season as well. I was trying to go for some no-scope kills here. But I just think that there needed to be a lot more new stuff. But everything is going to be potentially happening later, where we have these things where we can donate our gold, and the turret just got funded. Like, I guess people really want the turret. I don't think people understand what this thing is. What it is like you're donating your gold to see, you know, something that's going to be coming out later down the line. But I don't know. Those are my thoughts on this season. I feel like overall here, I'm going to actually go back because I need to talk about one more thing. So like, I felt like this season needed a lot more new stuff right off the bat to make people really excited. The weapons, unfortunately, were too underwhelming, if they just buffed those weapons up, I think that would have been kind of cool, but I still like the older weapons. In fact, in Pleasant Park, this is something I do want to mention, you can actually get the railgun. You can purchase it from a new NPC. Her name is Charlotte, and you can purchase it from her. And let me see if I just fast forward it. Oh, there's another like person there. I just know that, yeah, here it is. So you can buy the railgun. Like, the railgun is a new weapon that's like, oh my gosh, this season, this weapon is OP, right? But what do we have this season that's like, oh my gosh, have you seen this? Have you gotten the UFO? Like, how do you get excited to tell your friends, yo, did you guys ride the slipstream? Like, that's not exciting enough for me, but that's my thoughts. I feel like this season, unfortunately, at least at the launch, my impressions are very underwhelming, but there's stuff that's going to be coming out in the future, so that's cool. But the point of a new season is to have new content. But that's my thoughts. You guys can let me know yours down below. But any season without the UFO is a good season in my opinion, because I was so over the UFOs. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like on it. If you're new here and do want to see more games in the future, hit subscribe, turn on the bell, and you'll definitely see more. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Have a good one, and I'm signing out. Peace.